Today's Wednesday, isn't it? 26 degrees. Sunny with 0% chance of rain. Bit humidity. Welcome to Good Morning Toowoomba with Ben Apsey and Daryl Nicholson, missing in action again today as he is at his job earning some hard-earned cash at the new Toowoomba Sports Club. If you haven't been down there, definitely go check it out. Hive of activity, outright packed, and doing great service. So welcome to today's show with me, by myself, doing a solo gig again. Wednesday, October the 7th. Top of 26 degrees, sunny, 0% chance of rain, so Daryl will be very upset to hear that again. However, we do have a 71% humidity, so nice day in the Toowoomba CBD. Get down, support your local businesses, and check out what is your CBD. And that's one thing that we're trying to get people to understand is it's not council's CBD, it's not the business's CBD. It's Toowoomba's CBD, and it is the gateway to the west. You know, people stay here before they go out on their trips out of town. Some sad news overnight. Eddie Van Halen has died at the age of 65 from throat cancer. So just again, it highlights that importance of what's going on at the moment in the world and going and getting regular health checks and making sure you're looking after yourself, eating healthy, doing exercise, not binging on crazy amounts of alcohol or other substances. Interesting to hear nominations for the federal seat of Groom have closed with the pre-selection set to take place for the LNP, and still waiting to hear the other parties and what the go is there. However, the LNP do hold the seat of Groom quite safely. It is considered what is the safest seat in the country for them. There have been 8 nominations submitted from what we are told. However, that is meaning that the date of pre-selection and subsequently the date of the by-election is unfortunately being dragged out, which means that our government, our federal government, doesn't actually hold majority anymore. So the quicker we can get this over and done with, the sooner we can, in the federal parliament at least, have a majority government down there. And it will prove to be quite a big challenge, I think, for out of those 8 candidates that have put their nominations in, and good luck to them all, but it will prove to be a big challenge for any new members with high political aspirations, and more so for people that maybe have very little or not so much knowledge of the party, but in particular aren't well known personally by the members. And I think that's one thing that's going to play out really, really strongly in this pre-selection with the LNP is the members are going to pick someone that they know, that they trust, that has a good track record of delivering on the party, on what the party values, and that's going to be really, really important moving forward for them. Really, really exciting. Last night was budget night. It's one of the very few occurrences where my TV gets an aerial plugged into it. I don't know about many other people. A lot of people probably just stream it on ABC iView or Sky News. But the budget, the biggest thing to come out of the budget, $1.3 billion is getting spent on road and rail infrastructure around the country. And in addition to that, a $2 billion road safety package. However, that does come with a use it or lose it clause. So if the state governments drag their feet, a different state government will get given the cash. It's very plain and simple. Something like, for example, you could use the dam and the water infrastructure. The federal government has had the money on the table for Emu Swamp Dam for some time, and the state government in Queensland has dragged their feet. If they do that with the road safety package, stiff poo, you have lost it. We're going to give it to Western Australia or South Australia. It's very, very simple. Get given the money, spend it on the road safety, and it'll save lives. Another big one to come out of the budget is for businesses with a turnover of less than $5 billion, and that's 99% of businesses in this country, can until June 30th, 2022, instantly write off eligible assets, and it's aimed at specifically the agriculture and manufacturing sector. So for businesses to be able to buy a new truck fleet, a new piece of farm machinery to help stimulate the economy, but also to create jobs, and that is fundamentally what this budget was about, was creating jobs, especially when there's super, super high youth unemployment across the country. And on the youth unemployment, the job maker hiring credit, as of today, if you are aged between 16 and 29, there's $100 on the table for whoever hires you per week. If you're aged 30 to 35, there's $200 on the table each week for anyone that hires you. If you have been on either job seeker, parenting payments, or youth allowance, you have to be hired from today until October 6th next year, and at work a minimum 20 hours per week for that to be eligible. So that's for the employers to assist with hiring youth and young adults to get them into work. Just to give you an idea, approximately 23% of Toowoomba region is aged between 18 and 35. And that's a big, big number. That's a lot of people. People say that Toowoomba is a retirement city, but that statistic alone says otherwise. It's why we've got so many schools and why we've got very, very low rental availability. The really, really sad part about the budget is that it works on two assumptions: that the borders will be open by Christmas, with the exception of WA, well, they don't think it'll be open to April. So Western Australia, don't come crying to the rest of us when your tourism's down because everyone's forgotten about you and when the money's getting spent elsewhere. It's on you to open your borders. The other assumption is that there will be a publicly available vaccine by July next year. And whether that happens or not is yet to be determined, especially when vaccines typically can take up to 10 years to develop. So we'll really have to just play the waiting game as far as if that eventuates, or maybe even if we just learn to live with COVID-19 in society. There will be outbreaks, there will need to be contact tracing, probably for some time. But I think it's just going to come down to we need to learn to live with it. If there's not going to be a vaccine, we need to get back to normal. And it was really, really disappointing to see there wasn't anything specifically in the budget for industries that have been directly affected by coronavirus. Industries such as tourism, arts, entertainment and hospitality. So still waiting to see if there's going to be any kind of assistance given to those industries, as I'm very passionate about those industries, as a lot of people would know. That's it for me today. There's not much more, but we will probably, me and my friends will sit down and we'll break down the budget for you all, and we'll have a budget special to give you a bit more detail about that budget over the weekend. Thanks for joining us with Good Morning Toowoomba. As always, like and share us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram, or even go over and head over and subscribe to our YouTube channel, unless you're watching us on YouTube, in which case hit that subscribe button. I'm Ben Apsey. Thanks for joining us with Good Morning Toowoomba.